masasabi po. Hindi po spicy ching po. Na matagal na po siya naninirahan dito sa Pilipinas. Mahigit 10 years na po siya dito. Mali po yung balitang nag-aano siya sa mga yung army. Hindi po. Galing po ako sa China, nakapunta po ako doon. Inano pa namin, in-explore pa namin yung school niya. Hindi po siya nag-ano ng army. Ano ba yun? PLA ba yun? Sa Yangzhou. Opo. Sa Yangzhou University po siya nagtapos ng petrochemical po.
Bumuelta ang misis ng inarestong umano'y Chinese spy na itigil na ang anyay maling impormasyon ukol sa kanyang mister dahil hindi umano siya espiya at miyembro ng People's Liberation Army ng China. Humingi na ng tulong ang asawa ng inarestong umano'y Chinese spy kay human rights advocate Teresita Ang Si. Mangiyak-ngiyak ang Pinay na asawa ng umano'y Chinese spy nang humarap sa media. Giniit niyang hindi naman daw kasama ang asawang si Ding sa People's Liberation Army. Galing pang Zamboanga ang asawa ng sinasabing Chinese spy para humarap sa media at sabihin ang hinanakit sa pagkaaresto sa kanyang asawa. Umaasa silang matutulungan ng Chinese Embassy. Bumanat naman ang human rights advocate na si Teresita Ang Si na ayusin daw ng mga otoridad ang kanilang trabaho at tiyakin na tama ang kanilang inaaresto, tulad na raw sa kaso ng sinasabing Chinese spy na si Ding.
Sa 15 years na anti-crime, being an anti-crime advocate and then victims advocate, pag humingi ng tulong at serving naman, kailangan naman talaga pagbigyan natin. At ang hinigilit ko lang naman, yung impartial investigation. Kasi nga, nakakatawa kasi, number one, yung sinasabing equipment, ina-check ko, it's readily available sa Shopee and Lazada. I have no way kasi of verifying. Siyempre, ako naman, NGO lang. Nung nakita ko yung 16 na equipment, sabi ko nakakatakot naman ko, ano bang mga equipment ito? So, nagtanong ako sa expert. In-explain niya sa akin isa-isa yung function. So, sabi ko, I have no way of verifying. Ang sa akin, impartial investigation, hindi kasi anong nangyari, trial by publicity agad. Hindi pa nga nag-umpisa, trial by publicity, nag-conclude agad kayo na espiya. The company is a big company with clients in US, in Taiwan, in Australia, at internationally registered company. So, magha-hire ba sila, magko-contract ba sila dito ng ganong company kung meron palang suspicion na may spy? Tapos, ang embassy, humingi din ng tulong sa akin. Kung espiya yan, the embassy not distance itself. The embassy requested DFA for help, Kasi nung nagpunta sila sa NBI, ayaw iharap sa kanila. So, humingi sila ng tulong sa DFL, sa DOJ for consular visits, to allow them for consular visits. Pero nung pinuntahan daw nila, ayaw daw ipaharap sa kanila. So, bakit? So, the embassy, kung may suspicion pa lang meron kayong spy, will distance itself. Yun yung mga conclusion ko. I'm not sure kung ako ba ay tama o ako ba ay mali. Pero ang sa akin, dapat sana impartial investigation. Yung pinagtataka nga ni Noemi, saan nang galing yung PLA University? He is not even a university graduate. He's a vocational technical school graduate. Hindi yung translation ng Shaoyang Vocational Technical School. Hindi siya graduate ng PLA. Saan nang galing yun?
Samantala, ikinabahala ni Batangas 2nd District Representative Jervil Jinky Beatrix Luistro ang posibleng banta sa pambansang seguridad ng Pilipinas ng pagpasok ng mga Chinese national sa nag-iisang power grid ng bansa, lalo at mayroong agawan ng teritoryo sa West Philippine Sea. Sa pagdinig ng House Committee on Legislative Franchises noong nakaraang Huwebes, tinanong ni Luistro ang pagdepende ng National Grid Corporation of the Philippines sa Chinese technology at nanawagan ng agarang aksyon upang matiyak na nabibigyan ng angkop na proteksyon ang mahalagang infrastruktura ng bansa. Ang NGCP ay gumagamit ng teknolohiya ng Nari Group Corporation, isang kumpanyang pag-aari ng gobyerno ng China na may gawa ng hardware at software na nagpapatakbo sa SCADA system ng power grid. Ang SCADA ay nagsisilbing nervous system ng electricity network ng Pilipinas na kumukontrol mula sa mga planta ng kuryente hanggang sa mga transmission lines. Ang NARE o Nanjing Automation Research Institute ay isang supplier ng military-grade technology. Kabilang na ang kakayang ma-access ang system kahit nasa malayong lugar. Iniugnay ni Luistro ang mga posibleng panganib sa seguridad dulot ng foreign control sa aggression ng China sa West Philippine Sea, kung saan patuloy na nakakaranas ng panggigipit ang mga lokal na mangingisda at mga barko ng Pilipinas mula sa Chinese forces. Tanong ni Luistro kung tama bang ipagkatiwala ang power grid ng bansa sa mabanyagang kumpanya na may ganitong uri ng record. Iginiit pa ng Lady Solon ang mga panganib ng remote manipulation ng power grid na ayon na rin kay dating National Transmission Corporation or Transco President Melvin Matibag ay 2 beses na nangyari. Una na ring sinabi ni Matibag sa Franchise Committee na ilang beses nang nag-ayos ang NARE SCADA system ng malayuan mula sa China. Higit pang nagpatindi sa pangamba ni Luistro ang ginawang pag-amin ng mga opisyal ng NGCP, kabilang na ang sinabi ni Chief Administrative Officer Paul Sagayo at spokesperson Cynthia Alabanza na ang NARE ang patuloy na nagsasagawa ng maintenance services.
Not for China, I'm for Philippines.
Okay, go ahead.
Witch hunting here.
So what was
I
said?
don't want to witch hunt
So
here.
for
They're
the,
not witch
One
hunting.
specific company.
I'm stating a fact. You reviewed the Senate
The
last
facts
week.
are very clear. I tell you,
Order.
whatever is stated in the Senate is not here. It's what is stated here.
He
yes,
was
okay.
under oath when he made that statement.
Correct.
We are now in Congress, in the House of Representatives.
Okay,
Yes.
Mr. Chair, if you
Yes.
don't want to hear me,
Again,
I will keep quiet.
like I said, I'm asking you to continue. What was said? Quiet, please.
He stated that NGCP is suffering an attack every day.
Okay.
And
Mr. Chair,
From
may I
where?
be recognized?
From where?
Kung saan-saan. Maraming yung cyber attack.
Okay. So yun ang issue.
Yun yung sinasabi ko kasi based doon sa sinasabi under oath, wala, hindi pwede.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Okay,
may I be
thank you very
recognized?
much. Attorney, sundin lang po ha. I will acknowledge you. Relax ka lang. Okay? So I will, Attorney Matibag, are you done? Have you said your piece?
Okay na po
Let
kasi
it be
baka
said,
magalit po yung mga abogado.
Hindi. Okay, abogado ka rin naman eh. Okay, so pare-pareho kayo abogado. Yun ang mahirap pag maraming abogado. Attorney, okay?
Mr. Chair, thank you.
Yes.
I think Mr. Matibag and I were at that same hearing.
Okay.
And I'd just like to clarify the statement made was cyber attacks on our IT, our corporate system.
Okay.
Our corporate system, unlike our operating system, is indeed connected to the internet. And like any other corporate network, it is subject to periodic attempts. However, thankfully, and I am knocking on wood here, we have not had a breach of our IT for our corporate network. As opposed to our operating network, the one that runs the transmission system, we again emphasize that this is a closed system, disconnected by default from the internet. So there are no cyber attacks possible on the operating network, the OT. Yung IT po, ang binanggit ni Mr. Almeida at that time, and just to put into context what he said, we do suffer certain attempts, but we have been able thus far to repel all those attempts, even though there are certain periods, marami talaga siya.
Maraming salamat po.
Thank you,
Klaro po
Mr.
yan.
Chair.
So, I'm sure Attorney Matipag will stand by what he said and what he heard during that hearing. So we will try to get the transcript there. So we will see and compare. Anyway, thank you very much, Attorney. We now proceed to the next interpolator. The the Deputy Majority Leader, the Honorable Franz Pumaren.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Just like I think every Filipinos, ang main concern right now is the security issue. Today, or the last 6 months, 8 months, the landscape is totally different now. As we recall, just a few days ago, the PNP was able to apprehend mga spy machines, mga gadgets, and everything. My question here is, tamang sinabi ni Congressman Rufus, was there a violation? But we're talking about national interest. If I may ask the NGCP, what's the nationality of the assistant CTO? If you have.
Attorney Paul, are you raising your hands? Is the question addressed to NGCP? Deputy Majority Leader
Yes.
Franz Pumaren, is that
Yes,
a
yes.
question
I'm asking
to
lang if they have an
NGCP?
assistant, yes, CTO of NGCP.
Attorney Paul?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have an assistant CTO, Engineer Cesar Sanchez. May his soul rest in peace. He's a Filipino citizen. His body is in Iligan now. He just died last week. But he's a Filipino citizen, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Another thing, Mr. Chairman, I noticed it, talagang their main priority to hire the CTO, correct me if I'm wrong, is a Chinese national. Tama po ba?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Please proceed.
There is no inclination on our part to specifically hire Chinese as our CTO. As mentioned earlier, Honorable Congressman Pumaren, our CTO now is Engineer Rico Vega, who is a Filipino citizen.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I understand that, but meron pending application. Tama po ba?
Wala po, Mr. Chairman. Wala po, Mr. Chairman, considering that he is a Filipino citizen, Mr. Chairman.
So walang nakaposisyon right now. A while ago when Congresswoman Stella Kimbo mentioned it, na meron ng aplikante for that particular position.
Wala po. Siya po.
So ngayon
siya po ang CTO namin, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
si
so
Engineer Rico Vega.
because as for the national interest, we know for the fact na yung position na yun is very vital. And Mr. Chairman, I just want to manifest, it's a very shallow reason for those directors, those Chinese, not to tell us here, that's why they're not here, because yesterday was their annual meeting. Tama, annual meeting. If they find this hearing very important, dapat lumipad sila ngayon. Second, ang isang reason is it's Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is January 29. I know there's festival, but here, we're in the Philippines. They're officers of NGCP. Mas priority ba sa kanila ang mag-enjoy sa festival? I don't think so. Tama po ba yun, Mr. Chairman? Maybe we can hear from them. That's a very shallow reason. Festival? Tayo ba, if may work tayo dito, we cannot attend because birthday ko, birthday nito? That's the main concern. How can you show us na this Chinese, yung heart nila sa Filipinos para tumulong?
Mr. Chairman, if
Are you done, Honorable?
I want an answer from the
Attorney Paul.
Mr. Chairman, with respect to the question, I believe, Mr. Chairman, that, and I'm pretty sure they purchased their tickets prior to the receipt of today's hearing. So that's why they had to fly to China. As to the concerns being raised by Congressman Pumaren, rest assured we will relay all of those things to our Chinese directors.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. And,
Mr. Chairman.
As requested earlier, notices will still be sent to them for the future hearings. Thank you.
Yes, I know that we will invite them. Pero mababaw naman, nakabili ng ticket and everything. If they find this really important, they can still buy another ticket. And Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion also if we can invite yung Nika, yung sinasabi nila na nag-office dyan sa NGCP. As we all know, I hope I'm wrong, baka they're too comfortable with their setup right now in NGCP. Because like what I mentioned, the dynamics right now totally changed with regards to what's happening here in the Philippines. With regards to, I'm not trying to zero in on the directors or officers of Chinese nationals in NGCP. Pero ngayon, iba na po ang dynamics, iba na po ang landscape. A few days ago, may nahuli tayong Chinese na nag-spy. Diba? So, if we can invite also yung NICA, the one in charge of NICA, or the one assigned to that particular office, para we can hear kung ano po talagang what's happening.
Yeah, take note of that, and indeed, the security issue is something that is in, I would say, top of the list, or top of mind of all Filipinos. Yes, the Honorable Franz Pumarin.
Yeah, lang yun. That's my query lang. It's just so frustrating. You know, those Chinese nationals, parang napaka-special for them. Hearing ang Rason Festival, nakabili ng ticket. Don't tell me they cannot afford to buy another ticket if they find this really important.
Thank you very much.
Parang pinoproteksyonan pa ng kapwa Pilipino na gina-justify pa that they're not here. That's so frustrating. Where is our national pride here?
Chairman?
Thank you. Thank you, the Honorable Franz Pumarin. Yes, Attorney Paul, we will invite them in the next hearings.
Mr. Chairman,
until they run out of holidays. Yes. Attorney Paul.
Yes, we would like to assure this body that we are also Filipino citizens. We take our nationality and citizenship very seriously. Nandyan po kami, and we would like to assure the body, as Mr. Henry C. mentioned in his statement, nung pumasok yung grupo po namin dyan, nandyan na yan. Nandyan na yung mga Chinese. They were part of the bidders. Partners po sila ng MOG more. Now, Mr. Chairman, we would because I keep hearing all of these things, na simply because we have Chinese partners does not make us less patriotic than the others. We would want to assure everybody that we are there, we are guarding the national interest, and it is part of our commitment in our concession agreement and our franchise. The interest of the Philippines will always prevail. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much,
Mr. Chairman, if I may
Yes.
comment on that statement.
Please.
You know,
You still have the floor.
his statement is music to my ears, na talagang patriotic, everything. Pero ang point ko dito, kung talagang may national concern siya dito, ano ba naman, kahit inabot na nila yung Chinese nationals, ano ba naman explain nila that you have to attend that hearing? It's important. It's just a one-day hearing. You can fly back again to China and enjoy those festivals. That's my main concern. Kung talagang sinasabi mong may national pride kayo, may patriotic kayo, in-explain nyo fully to those Chinese that they should be here. Hindi naman na January 25 yung talagang holiday ng Chinese eh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, wag tayong magsalita ng very patriotic tayo and everything. If you're really patriotic, you should have explained that to the Chinese people that they should be here. Pampabastos yung ginawa nyo sa amin eh.
Thank you,
Attorney
Mr. Matibag, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And first of all, salamat po sa inyong imbitasyon at paumanhin na pangatlong beses ako na-imbitahan. This is the first time that I attended this hearing. And I'm glad to be here. I'm here just a former president and now just a consumer at isa pong Pilipino. I was just listening to the report and the statement of President Almeida and the good lawyer of NGCP. I've heard that report long time ago. That's the same things that they've been saying na magtulungan tayo, magayos tayo. But let me share my experience when I was the president for 5 years. wala po kaming pagkakataon na nakapasok at na tingnan man lamang ang mga pasilidad ng NGCP na pag-aari ng Trasco. Ngayon lamang po ako nakakita na kami yung may-ari ng bahay at gusto mong tingnan kung anong ginagawa sa bahay mo, hindi kayo pwedeng pumasok. I just like to remind everyone, pinag-uusapan natin dito, presyo, 3% ba, 10% ba, ganito yung binayaran. But more than that, this is something that should be a concern of everyone, and that is the national security and the national interest of our country. Alam ninyo, nag-uusap-usap tayo, West Philippine Sea, may nakita tayong mga barko ng China na malalaki. Ito po, hindi na ito kailangan pumasok pa sapagkat nandito sila sa sistema mismo natin ng ating power grid. Nanonood po ako ng hearing ninyo, pinanood ko yung replay. Sinaga ko talagang panoorin. And I was struck by the question of the good Congressman Ace Barbers, which was followed by Congresswoman Luistro about the system, the SCADA system, which was replaced by NGCP when they assume. Yung pong existing na mga ano dyan, na mga equipment is General Electric noon, tsaka ABB. Ngayon, pinalitan nila ng NARI. Hindi po kailangang itanong kung may pumasok na armado, terorista. Simple lang po ang tanong ko kay Engineer Clark. Ano ba yung NARI? Proprietary ba yan? Alam nyo ba yung source code? I will make an example para maintindihan po ng publiko. Cellphone. Lahat tayo may cellphone, di po ba? Hardware. This is Apple, iPhone. Anong software? iOS, di ba? Pag nakalimutan mo po, Mr. Chairman, yung password ng iyong cellphone, hindi ba pwede kang mag-message, forgot password, ipapaalala sa'yo? Ibig bang sabihin, yung SCADA ba na ginather, yung mga data ng ating power grid, hindi ba nakikita ng China? 3 control, walang single red button. There was already an incident na nagkaproblema ang power grid natin. It was resolved remotely. Twice already na nangyari. So ano ibig sabihin nito? Remotely pwedeng gawin. Hindi po totoo. Magaling si Engineer Clark, alam ko, na-research ko yung background niya yung sa mga yung mga performance doon. Pero ang tanong, do you know the source code? Proprietary yan eh. When we made the research, when we made the presentation doon sa Senado, lumabas that NARI is a state-owned company na used by a military. So nag-report kami niyan, December 2019. We were able to capture yung website nila. Yun yung pinipresent ni Congresswoman Luistro. Sabi ko, ito yung dokumentong binigay namin noon sa Senado. Nakita namin. Kiniklaim talaga nila na first overseas nila na paggamit na equipment at ng SCADA ang Pilipinas. Nung ni-raise namin yung issue sa Senado, February, tingnan nyo ngayon sa website ng NARI kung nandun pa, wala na. But I have the screenshot already. So more than that. Now, yung question naman noon ni Congresswoman nung nanonood ako, Kimbo, the Honorable Congresswoman Kimbo, sinasabi natin 3%. Huwag natin pag-initan to. I yield to those position of the honorable members. But hindi po 3% lang pinag-uusapan natin dito. The presentation of IMAP was very clear. Nakita nyo yung diferensya because of the delay. But even before that, there was the study done by Butuan, the power plan of Butuan. I'm sure the good chairman knows about this. And ang diferensya, because of the delay of the project of Visayas-Mindanao connection, there is a price difference of 2 pesos compared to Luzon and Visayas. Ano pong basis dito? IPIRA law. Because under the IPIRA law, the WESM, bibilin nila yung excess ng generation. Wag po natin sisihin yung generation. Yung excess po ng generation, binibili ng WESM, during peak, doon binibenta eh. Yung off-peak, binibili nila eh. Yun po yung totoo niyan. Bakit wala sa Mindanao Dahil ang requirement is there should be an interconnection before magkaroon ng WESM sa Mindanao. Kaya yung presentation ng IMAP na bumaba because there's already interconnected. Bakit? Because under the IPIRA law, ang sabi ng IPIRA law, bibilhin nga. Ano ang nangyari sa Mindanao? Fully contracted. Yung mga excess kailangan bilhin ng electric cooperatives. So, sino nagbabayad? Tayo po, ng mga consumers. So, may I make an appeal, Mr. Chair? Huwag na sabihin, 3% lang yan. Segment lang ang NGCP. I must remind everyone, the only natural monopoly in the entire energy sector and the entire business sa Pilipinas is transmission. Napakarami po yan. Alam niyo po, naririnig ko sa news yung tinitira po kayo sa Kongreso, 777. Alam niyo, mas maganda pong sagot na 77 na pag-uusapan, yung 7 na violation sa concession agreement ng NGCP, yung 7 po na violation ng national security ng NGCP, at yung 7 po na abuse nila as to the financial status ng government natin. Paano natamaan? Bakit nalugi tayo? Ang ganda po ng opening statement ni Mr. Almeda. Binili namin to ng per square. Pero pag binilikan po natin, it violates the IPIRA law. Because under the IPIRA law, dapat maximum value makuha mo eh. That is in the implementing rules ng IPIRA law natin eh. Hindi natin nakuha yung maximum value. Katunayan, we're losing. During the time of Transco, sinisisi natin Transco, delay, ganito, ganyan, kaya natin binigay. Doon pa rin yung delay eh.
Mr. Chair, point of clarification. My clarification is, Transco rin na nagpabid nito eh. Kayo rin, di ba?
Hindi po.
No, yes or no?
Pisam po.
Pisam, because according to the IPIRA law, a cornerstone of IPIRA law was the privatization of the Transco, transferring management of the national grid to private operators who could bring efficiency, innovation, and capital investment. So, joint kayo ng Transco and Pisam who bidded this in 2007 as ito po, clear.
Tama po, Mr. Chair. Unfortunately, Attorney Matibag was not part of Transco at that time. Because if I was there at that time, I will not allow it.
Yes, but let us be clear, Attorney Matibag. So, before you answer
may I
the
reclaim
question,
my time, Mr. Chairman?
Are you done with your...
Well,
are you done?
Alam nyo, hindi ho tayo matatapos kung gusto nyo. Meron pa po sana kung gustong idagdag.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
There is 777.
Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Mr.
thank you
Chair.
very much, Honorable Attorney
So
Matibag.
I just wrap up.
Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
I will give you 2 minutes to wrap up.
Ito kasi yung problema, tinawag nyo po ako rito, nananahimik na ako eh.
Okay.
Kaya nabuksan yung ganito eh. Ako po hindi nagre-represent ng taong bayan na po yung pinag-uusapan dito. In fact, I was a victim of mga white paper and everything during that time. Pero ngayon, wala namang maakusa sa akin ako ipagkakakitaan ko to kung ano man. So, I can speak freely. I'm speaking as a public now. I'm speaking for the Filipino people when we are singing the national anthem. Hindi tayo papayag, di ba? Huwag tayo magpapapi. Hindi na tayo kailangan sakupin. They are there in their system. Because, ibinenta natin. Let me cite this. Tama po yung sinasabi nyo. I was very happy last week to find out, to read the news from Reuters. Alam niyo po ba ang ginawa ng United Kingdom? Na dati ang nagpapatakbo rin ay China yung...
Mr. Chair, I think malayo na yung ano niya, Mr. Chair eh.
Hindi po malayo
So,
yun.
because the question is direct kanina eh.
Dali lang. Let's say, I asked him to wrap up. Please wrap up so we can go back to the Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Privately owned ang transmission ng UK noon. I was redeemed because noong 2017 we're already pushing na dapat government at least the systems operation. Kasi this is include national security. Hindi po ito malayo. In fact, isa pang news, tinanggal ng UK ang NARI system for the same reason that I am saying now. Kung ilalayo natin, sasabihin natin, hindi na tayo Pilipino nito. Pinagbalit na natin ng 30, para pinagbenta na natin sa pilak yung ating bansa.
Thank you very much, Attorney. Pero you will agree, Attorney Matibag, that nung nagkabentahan, Transco was also part of that sale. Kasama,
It was Pisam was under it.
But you were not the president.
Maybe we can ask.
Yeah, but you were not
Attorney-
the president.
I was not the president, but
But, you know,
somebody in the
as-
room can answer it because
Yeah.
Attorney Alabanza was part of Pisam.
okay, we will discuss that later.
Mr. Chair.
We will now give it back to the Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, point of order. Point of order, Mr. Chair, and for the record. Mr. Chair, earlier when I wanted to hear from Attorney Matibag, my point, Mr. Chair, was not as to take time from the good Chairman Fernandez. This was because he is a resource person po. Nagbigay ng statement yung ating other resource persons. I just wanted that for the consideration of the committee that he be given the time. So I hope, Mr. Chair, this would not be taken against yung oras ni Mr.
No,
ni
don't
Chairman
worry.
Fernandez.
Your question was short enough.
Thank you very much,
This
Mr.
doesn't
Chair.
include the answer, remember, okay?
Thank you, Mr.
So,
Chair.
but, you know, it was the time of Dan Fernandez. So I had to ask the Honorable Dan if he was willing to also ask the same question you were raising para hindi ho tayo magulo. Kasi kailangan ho, time ho ni Dan Fernandez. The Honorable Dan Fernandez, you still have the floor.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. At don't worry, Mr. Matibag, welcome to the club. Yung mga na-experience mo, hindi lang ikaw nakaka-experience, pati ako. And going back to what you were saying a while ago, darating tayo dyan. Siguro sa part 2 ng pagtatanong ko at part 3 ng pagtatanong ko, kahit abutin tayo ng madaling araw dito. But going back to what I've been discussing a while ago, Mr. Chairman, kasi meron pong administrative matter na hindi pa po tayo natatakel. So, I just wanted to go back there para at least po ay malaman ko yung mga nirequest ko noong nakaraan. Because sa list po ng ating pong mga invited guests and list ng nandito po, parang hindi ko nakikita yung mga taong inimbitahan natin. Like for example, yung chairman ng NGCPC, Su Guangchao. We invited him. Yung director si Yao Sheng. Yung director ng Wang Lijin, si Lin Xinhua. Asan po sila?
There's a letter.
Yes, what's the letter all about?
Do you have a copy of the letter signed by Mr. Almeida for all of these directors?
So ano po reason, Mr. Almeida, kung bakit hindi sila dumating sa araw na ito?
Mr. Chair? Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Mr. Almeida, please.
Okay.
We have a copy of your letter.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's Chinese New Year, so they're there in Beijing right now.
Kailan po ang Chinese New Year,
On
Mr.
the
Almeida?
29th, and then they have a special meeting yata every year on January of all, yeah.
So hanggang kailan po ang Chinese New Year?
29 yata, Mr. Chair, yeah.
So-
I'm not so sure of the date
So,
because
Mr.
I
Chairman,
don't keep track on the date.
So in the next hearing po natin, I'm sure na makakarating na po sila, no? Na sana po ay dumating na po sa susunod na hearing.
Yes.
And even all the resource persons that we have invited as well, like si Mr. Hennessy, saan po siya nagpunta? Sa embassy?
Yes, Mr. Chair, yeah.
Embassy and?
Embassy lang po.
Okay. Hanggang ano oras po yan?
Well, within the day, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Mr.
I hope
Chair.
that next time he can attend as well.
Yes,
Mr.
Chairman.
Robert
Thank you very
Cuyuto po. Mr. Almeida.
Mr.
Chairman, if I may,
Robert
I'll take-
Cuyuto has a letter. To save time, they
Okay,
have a letter.
go ahead.
He has a medical certificate. So Robert Cuyuto has a medical certificate. And who else have submitted their yeah, Robert Cuyuto has the Honor Attorney Ferrer also has a letter. So all of them have letters, and of course, Mr. Pardo has a medical certificate also. So to save time, maybe we can go into the
Mr. Chairman.
discussion. The Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chairman, okay po sa akin that they have not attended this hearing today, but I hope that in the next hearing that
We
we will
will
be
do that.
Yeah. And before I proceed, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
mukhang nagtataas po ng kamay
Yes,
si...
Mr. Chairman. Ang point ko lang dito, Chinese New Year is January 29. So if they find this hearing very important, ano ba naman to fly back here, attend the hearing, then fly back again to China? Are they trying to avoid the hearing? January 29, Chinese New Year. Tama po ba?
Mr. Paul.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Paul, you may reply.
We confirm that the Chinese New Year is next week. But on top of the Chinese New Year, Mr. Chairman, the Chinese, our Chinese partners, their corporation has an annual meeting yesterday, which they need to attend. And we would want to assure this honorable body that we are not evading attending the hearing of Congress.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And that's the reason-
Mr. Chairman, may I respond to the statements of Mr. Matibag?
Paul, later, we will give you the time because it's Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chairman, yes, Mr.
Please
Chair.
reserve your reply. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, that's the reason why I said a while ago na sana next na hearing natin, makapunta na po sila. At I hope that they will consider that these hearings that we are conducting are so important regarding the franchise of NGCP. And in the last hearing as well, Mr. Chairman, we have a list of documents that we subpoenaed. At isa doon, Mr. Chairman, na hiniling po natin ay yung pong shareholders agreement of National Grid Corporation and yung pong State Grid of China. Ito bang State Grid of China, siya rin ba, Mr. Anthony Almeida, ang State Grid International Development Limited? Are they the same and one?
No, it's a holding company.
So iba po, holding company yung ano? Yung State Grid International Development Limited? O siya ang
Mr.
State
Chair.
Grid of China?
No, the other one is a holding company. State Grid of China is the mother company.
Okay. So,
Yes.
can you kindly submit to this committee yung shareholders agreement of the NGCP and the China Grid, yung State Grid of China? Okay, shareholders agreement. We need to find out because sinasabi mo kanina walang control ang Chinese
Yes,
sa
Mr.
operation and maintenance of the
Yes,
the
Mr.
operation. So, we will find out with
Yes,
the
Mr.
shareholders
Chair.
agreement. Submit it to us. And
Mr.
please, i-remind po namin ang NGCP na sana po hindi po sa araw ng hearing kayo nagsasubmit ng mga dokumento. Bigyan nyo naman po kami ng oras para basahin ng mga dokumento na dinadala nyo po sa amin.
Yes,
Give
Mr.
us
Chair.
at least 2 days or 3 days prior to the hearing itself.
Apo, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you. And secondly, Mr. Chairman, all requests for authority to purchase land executed by the NGCP or any of its officials. Third, yung pong mga memoranda executed by the NGCP or any of its officials in relation to construction projects by the NGCP. Ikaapat po, any and all documents submitted by the NGCP during the bidding for the privatization of Transco. And number 5, any and all documents submitted by the NARI group in relation to the bid proposals submitted to NGCP. Share purchase agreement among Henry C., Robert Kyoto, and Synergy Grid and Development Incorporated. Submit it to us as well. Number 7, proof of approval by the Philippine Stock Exchange and Philippine Competition Commission of the share purchase agreement or the share swap transaction among Henry C., Robert Kyoto, and Synergy Grid. Number
Point
8,
of order, Mr. Chair.
this is a administrative matter, Mr. Chairman.
No, but I would like to make a point of order, Mr. Chair, because I am guided by the subject matter of the inquiry. This is a motu proprio inquiry on the performance of the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. So we are supposed to be assessing the performance of NGCP and in relation to the very objective of lowering the price of electricity. I do not find the connection why the Honorable Fernandez is asking several documents to be submitted before this committee.
Can you
I
please-
think
Mr. Chairman, because with all these documents that we are asking from the NGCP, we will be able to assess their performance. Because
Mr.
these
Chair,
are all
the
pertinent
one that
documents
will
coming from
assess the
NGCP.
performance
And we
of
haven't received
NGCP,
any
Mr.
documents
Chair.
yet coming from NGCP just now. Ngayon lang tayo naka-receive ng documents sa kanila eh. Ano, pipigilan nyo ako na kunin to. Ang tagal-tagal ko na kinukuha to, 2019 pa. Mr. Chairman, if I may proceed. Minutes of meeting for the election of corporate officers of NGCP. NGCP corporate policies on the functions and qualifications of officers and audit committee, compensation committee, and nomination and election committee. Number 10, authorization from the Department of Justice for the employment of technical personnel, list of names of nationality and all of managerial employees of NGCP, including their respective job descriptions and years of employment. Number 12, complete organizational chart of NGCP. Number 13, tripartite agreement of Transco, NGCP, DICT in relation to the National Broadband Plan. Broadband Plan and lease agreement between NGCP and DICT in relation to the National Fiber Backbone. Now, Mr. Chairman, I will proceed. Mr. Chairman, ang tanong ko lamang po sa ERC, yung po bang last rate reset natin, 13 taon na po tayong walang rate eh. Di ba? At lagi kapag sinasabi natin, rate reset, lagi na lang sinasabi natin na ang sinasabi ng NGCP, kasi ang ERC hindi sila nag-re-reset eh. It's always like that eh. Lagi ang sinisisi ng NGCP ay kayo. Bakit? Can you kindly tell us, bakit umabot ng 13 taon? Samantalang sinasabi sa atin ng batas, rules ng ERC, every 5 years, di ba? Every 5 years. Oh, kailan ang last reset natin? Kailan? Ma'am?
Mr. Chair,
Isa di Malanta.
Apo. Yung last na rate reset po ay para sa third regulatory period covering 2011 to 2015. So, natapos po ito bandang 2010. Pinatupad po nila ng 2011.
So,
16 to 2023.
Yun po yung hirap po akong makasagot, Mr. Chair. Kasi po kung maalala po ninyo, especially the Honorable Dan Fernandez, noon pong Agosto 2022, ang bandang Setyembre po, 3 weeks into the job, noon pong nag-budget hearing po, ito na po yung siningil sa amin. So, tinanong po naman kami ng diretsahan, nagkaroon ba ng reset, sumagot din naman po kami ng diretsahan na wala. Pero in a matter of weeks, sinimulan na po namin yung trabaho. Kaya po, November nakapaglabas po kami ng rules, December nakapag-file po si NGCP. So,
Yeah.
Pero yung between po nun, yun po yung hirap po akong makasagot, Mr. Chair, kasi po wala po akong personal knowledge.
Yes, so tama po yung sinasabi ni NGCP na kasalanan nga ng ERC din to.
Hindi po nakapag-reset po talaga yung ERC.
Yun lang. Yun ang problema. Ano ang impact ng hindi kayo nakapag-reset?
Wala pong naging review nung rates ni NGCP at wala din po silang opportunity na makapag-file para sa bagong rates. So ang nangyari po, tinuloy-tuloy lang yung dating rates na naaprubahan ng ERC.
At wala pong na-assess, wala pong na-depreciate ng mga value ng kanilang mga assets. Mr. Chairman, 13 taon. At hindi ako naniniwala na ito'y kagagawan lamang ng ERC, but nevertheless, darating po tayo doon. Ngayon po, anong status ng ating pong reset? Para sa kababayan natin na nanonood at sa mga kasamahan po natin, itong pinag-uusapan po natin, ito po yung taripa. At ang pinag-uusapan po dito, okay, sinasabi yan ng NGCP at ibang members ng ating pong mga kasamahan dito that napakaliit lang ng porsyento ng transmission rate sa kabuuan na binabayad ng ating taong bayan. Pero tayo po dito ay niloloko. Ang ating pong transmission rate, tama, maliit lang, 1 peso and 19 cents per kilowatt hour. Yun po ang general na sinisingil. Pero Mr. Chairman, 13 or 10 cents lang ang difference. Malaking bagay po yan sa ating pong mga kababayan. Most especially, na hindi tayo nag-compute, marami na po tayong overcollection. And this must be refunded to our Filipino people. Now, ang tanong, Mona Lisa, ano na ang status ng ating pong NGCP's rate reset?
Sa reset po ng 4th regulatory period, Mr. Chair, ito po yung tapos ng period 2016 to 2022. Patapos na po kami. Ito nga pong siguro po ngayong susunod na linggo, may meeting na po kami para final evaluation na po ito. Kasi natapos na po namin yung mga public processes. Required po kami na mag-publish, humingi ng consultation sa publiko. Natapos na po namin yun. So,
Okay.
evaluation na po.
Salamat po, ma'am. Ito po, may hawak po akong 2 dokumento. isang draft partial initial determination. Ito, covered period of 2016 to 2020. At isang draft final determination 2016 to 2020. This was published noong September 2023 at ito naman noong August 2024. Will you confirm that you have the already signed? Lahat kayo nag-sign dito. Ikaw, Mona Lisa, si Catherine, si Commissioner Maceda, si Lumbatan, si Digal, at si Puentes. At sinasabi nyo dito sa draft partial initial determination from 2016 to 2020 was published on September 2023. Am I correct?
Tama po yan, Mr. Chair.
At ito naman, published August 2024. Draft final determination. I just wanted to confirm, kasi pupunta ako sa dalawang desisyon na to. Hindi naman desisyon, sapagkat wala pa naman kayong final, di ba? And I just wanted to be cleared kasi medyo ako confused ako sa mga decision dito na sa mga value ng ating assets that was agreed upon by ARC. And the power of this committee is the oversight power to check na yung pong sinasabi ng EPIRA that the rate base, no, Mr. Chairman, kailangan po nakabase doon po sa tinatawag po nating methodology na ginamit po nila. Now, ang tanong ko po, dito ba sa dokumento na ito, na covered by this document, are you saying na 2016 lang to 2020 itong partial initial determination?
Tama po.
Tama. At ito naman, 21 to 22?
Hindi po, buo na po.
Buo na.
2016 to 2022.
So, imbis na 5 taon tayo ngayon, 7 taon na yung ating pong fourth regulatory period.
Tama po.
Am I correct? Okay. So, sinabi ninyo doon sa draft final determination which covers the 2016 to 2022, sabi mo, na-post to noong August 24 at na-post din to nung September. Dito sa discussion to, napasama yung commission and completed projects should be allowed to be recovered by NGCP. At dito sa decision nyo at dito sa draft ninyo, nakalagay din yung spent. Am I correct? Tama po ba yung sabihin na nakalagay pareho dito yung commission and useful ng mga projects?
Mr. Chairman, point of order. We cannot be discussing non-final decisions and merely temporary drafts. Otherwise will be intruding into the authority of the ARC in finally determining what should be done to this particular period for reset.
Mr. Chairman,
How can we be discussing drafts?
Mr. Chairman.
This, I would just like to ask.
Mr. Chairman.
Miss Di Balanta, are you agreeing to discuss here something that you have not finally decided on?
Mr. Chairman, that's the reason why we have this.
Honorable Dan Fernandez.
That's the reason why, Mr. Chairman, that we have this oversight power to check the abuse of some agencies of our government, especially na maapektuhan yung sinacharge sa ating taong bayan. Pera ng taong bayan ito sinacharge natin Yung ang sinasabi natin dito ng mga proyekto na hindi pa tapos, i-charge natin sa ating mga consumers. And yun ang pinaglalaban po natin dito. Bakit po natin hindi na-allow?
Honorable Dan Fernandez still has the floor. Let us give him his
but
time.
I have the point of order.
We take note of that,
judicial
Honorable.
decision, you cannot question yet if that's not yet final.
But
These are draft. The commissioners, the chairman, will change this draft and they have that authority under the law.
Okay.
So how can we be discussing drafts of possible decisions?
Okay.
I would like to ask, Madam, because we have a point of order.
Mr. Chairman, I still
And
have the floor. Mr. Chairman, I still have the floor.
And the point of order
and you have to
is
decide on the point of
precedes
order,
all
Mr.
kinds
Chairman.
of statements.
Decide on the point of order.
Yeah, the point of order is precedes all. The point in
Mr. Chairman, have we violated any rules with the manifestation of Congressman Rufus Rodriguez?
What rule has been violated, Honorable Rodriguez? Because
point of order.
we have to understand that he's asking a question based on some research that he has made.
That's correct.
So let us give him that time.
No,
because you have to
a
understand
point of order interrupts anybody.
I will agree, but you will have to cite also what rule have we violated. Because you will have to understand, Honorable Rodriguez, para klaro tayo, para maging smooth naman itong procedure natin, itong hearing na to, patapusin na natin si Dan Fernandez because there's also an accusation here na ito yung kasalanan ng ARC. So dapat I think he's also going to go there. So I would like to hear, because in his statement, meron siyang statement kanina na meron kayong kasalanan. So I want him now to continue, and I will allow him to continue, the Honorable
With due
Rodriguez.
respect to our chair,
Okay.
our rules provide for precedence of motions. And in the proceedings of motions, the rules of Congress, it says that the point of order has precedence over all other discussions. And that is why I'm saying that I have a point of order that in this proceeding, we cannot be discussing drafts
Mr. Chairman,
which
what
are
rule was
not yet
violated?
final.
Mr. Chairman, what rule was violated? Tama
I
po
think-
yun.
Rule on the precedence
Tama po
of
yun.
Mr. Chair, 2-minute
Pero
break,
ano
Mr.
po
Chair.
na nga?
Break.
Anong,
Can we break,
anong
Mr.
rules
Chair?
ang
Okay,
na-violate
session,
natin, Mr. Chairman?
Session suspended.
Wala naman tayo
Alam po ninyo,
binabiolate sa rules eh.
pag nag-cite ho tayo ng rule, point of order, you will have to be clear. What's
Mona, ito pong inaaral ninyo, yung pong mga bagay na pinag-aaralan para alam mo, kailangan po natin maintindihan lahat nito. And I don't know why other members of this committee is trying to prevent me to explain the details in layman's term. Ngayon, ang ating pong Mona, so, sa pagbibigay ng tamang taripa na ikakarga sa taong bayan, ano ang mga kino-consider dito? Ito, alam mo nyo to, ito yung return on capital, return of capital, operating expenses, taxes. Can you kindly explain briefly?
Opo. Mr. Chair, with your indulgence, yun pong sistema po or programa ng rate setting sa ating regulated entities, NGCP at distribution utilities, yung tinatawag na building block approach. So meron po tayo mga building blocks katulad nga po ng nabanggit ninyo na CAPEX and then yung return on capital or return on the total CAPEX including the opening asset base, the return of capital, ito na yung mga kasama yung WACC, depreciation, at yung mga operating expenses or OPEX, mga O&M expenses po, at taxes po, kung allowed po sila under the rules.
Okay, in other words, Mona, para mapabilis tayo, itong tinatawag natin regulatory asset base, itong RAB, ang sinasabi natin, ito yung pinaka-asset natin, di ba? Pinaka-asset ng transmission. Tama?
Tama po.
Tapos kailangan natin dito yung CAPEX, kung magkano yung
Ginastos
yung gagastusin para doon sa proyekto. Now, kapag mataas ang lahat ng ito, mataas ang singil ng kuryente.
Kasi yun po yung base po, multiply.
Correct.
Multiply mo dun sa
At ang sinasabi po ng batas, kailangan just and reasonable na ibibigay sila rate para sa ating mga kababayan. Am I correct?
Tama naman.
Okay, question. Puntahan natin yung opening RAB. Kasi sa 2015, okay, ano ba yung opening RAB? Ito yung sinasabi natin na, ano yung total asset nung 2015 ng transmission? Di ba? May opening RAB tayo dyan tinatawag May closing. Closing na yun, tapos na yun 2011 to 2015, tapos na yung third regulatory period. Pupunta na tayo sa fourth regulatory period. At ang sabi, yung closing RAB o yung closing na asset na to, pupunta ngayon, moving forward, doon sa 2016, sa fourth regulatory period. Ang tanong, sa draft partial initial determination dito, at sa draft final determination, dahil sa tinatawag na roll forward methodology na ginamit ng ERC, mahalaga na malaman. Di ba? Malaman natin. Ang tamang halaga ng assets ng NGCP na dapat mag-roll forward dun sa fourth regulatory period. Nagsagawa ba ang mga experts na kinuha ng NGCP para malaman ang halaga na dapat may-roll forward doon sa closing RAB papunta sa opening RAB ng fourth regulatory period?
May mga expert pong kinuha ang ERC para po
Sino po?
mag-validate
Sino
dito.
po?
Sandali.
Andito po ba inimbitahan natin
yes.
ang...
You have one more question, the Honorable Fernandez. Then we will have to move, then you will have to go for a second round. One more question. Proceed. Are you done with your answer?
Mr. Chair, sagutin ko lang po kung sino po yung
Yes.
consultant. NCL Consulting po. Nandito
Yes.
po sila.
NCL, okay. One more question, the Honorable Dan.
Okay. Ang Royal Asia, Appraisal Corporation, andito po kayo. Magkano binayad sa inyo para tayo po ay mag-appraise ng lahat ng total asset, yung regulatory asset base ng ating NGCP?
Nasa likod daw po, Mr. Chair.
Magkano yung binayad? Tinatanong natin binayad.
Pakisagot lang po.
Hindi, ERC na lang. Magkano binayad? Sa 29 million for NCL and 12 million, is this correct? sa RAAC? Anyway, bigyan nyo na lang sa akin mamaya.
Sige po, may
Okay.
breakdown po kasi yan.
So, ang tanong natin sa RAAC, ano ang opening RAB ninyo? So, ano yung asset na natapos natin sa third regulatory period, moving forward sa 2016, anong opening RAB natin?
Last question, please reply. Yes.
Yung issue na ito, tama yung sinasabi po ni Mr. Matibag, na matagal na itong issue. As a matter of fact, pinatawag po kami sa Malacanang during the time of President Duterte. Nandun po si Mr. Matibag, nandun si Secretary Cusi, and we were confronted with several issues, and the foremost issue raised by Mr. Matibag at the time was this: saan ka nakakita ng may-ari ng bahay na hindi pinapapasok sa kanyang bahay? I would like to repeat my answer then, Mr. Chairman. Ang sinasabi ko po, may concession agreement po tayo. Para pong may lease agreement, nangungupahan kami sa bahay ninyo, ikaw nga talaga ang may-ari. We recognize that. Walang problema po doon. Ang sinasabi po lang namin, hindi naman po pwedeng natutulog kami ng alas 3 ng madaling araw, kakabog ka na lang sa bahay namin, papasukin mo kami, maiistorbo naman kami. In other words, there should be protocols to be observed. Yun po ang sinasabi namin noon pa. And truth be told, Mr. Chairman, we have pictures. Attorney Mutia here, Attorney Alabanza, have in her possession pictures that will show that we allowed Transco, we allowed DOE, we allowed NICA to enter and to inspect not only our buildings and facilities. I would like to go to the issue raised on the case na final namin against Transco. Yes, correct. We filed a case against Transco. Ganito po kasi yung nangyari dyan, Mr. Chairman. Meron kaming substation sa Pangasinan. Biglang may nag-aakyat sa mga bakod namin mga tao. Siyempre, huhuliin na ng gwardiya namin yon. It is our obligation as the concessionaire to protect the transmission facilities, and that is why we filed a case for trespassing against these individuals. And we later found out, Mr. Chairman, that they are employees of Transco. Now, Mr. Chairman, can we present the pictures that will show that indeed we allowed Transco, we allowed DOE to visit our facilities? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Can we see the slides kung ano yun, ipapakita nila?
Rani, okay, he still has the floor. The Honorable President, please.
Yeah, before I proceed to my next question, can we see the slides? Kung
There are
totoo?
slides that, are you ready to present the pictures?
Or later, while they preparing, I proceed to my
so-
next question.
Please proceed to your next question.
I can send it to ComSec.
Please present.
The link po. I can send the link.
You will send, okay, please coordinate with the staff now.
Yes, sir.
Just
Okay,
coordinate.
the Honorable
Thank you.
President Jesus.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Again, the last time the hearing that we had, Mr. Chair, lagi natin pinag-usapan about the Chinese na may one push, may button sa China na once na pinindot yun, magba-brown out. So I would like to ask NGCP, totoo ba yun na may one button na basag pinrest mo, black out ang buong Pilipinas? Maraming nanonood sa atin kasi natatakot sila rito. So gusto natin for the record, totoo ba yun na isang pindot lang magba-black out ang buong Pilipinas? Yung parang bang sa Mission Impossible movie, parang ganun. Totoo ba yun?
Mr. Chair, wala pong ganun sa NGCP na...
Mr. Chairman, he's our Chief Technical Officer, Mr. Chairman. A Filipino citizen.
Chief Technical
Engineer Rico Vega.
Rico,
Pilipino ka?
are you in the position to answer that?
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm the OIC Chief Technical Officer of
Okay,
NGCP.
please, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
That has been a concern, correct?
Yes, sir. I confirm that there is no push button anywhere that can block out the whole grid of the Philippines.
So sinasabi...
But I just would like to, I think the question is based on, are you 100% because you did not make that? The National Grid did not make that software and did not make that. It can, I'm not we're talking of button, we're talking of anything. Basta they're able to tamper with our
Yes, sir.
supply
None.
of electricity,
As we
transmission of
have
electricity.
reported, Mr. Chair, our SCADA is not connected to the internet, can be accessed. Yeah, it has the own
Okay.
hostages.
Okay, Mr. President Jesus, you still have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Siguro follow-up question lang. Yung access ba ng Chinese counterpart nyo sa ganitong klaseng control, nakikilam ba sila pagdating sa ganito?
Mr. Chair, all our low dispatch center and engineers in our facilities are all Filipinos.
Mr. Chair, can I assure the Filipino people, especially yung mga nanonood sa atin, there's no such things. I want you to confirm that. You're under oath. Mr. Chair, na-under oath ba sila? Just to make sure na...
Oh, yes, that's a very good...
yun nga. Kasi very important to, no? Kasi ang ating mga kababayan, natatakot baka nga daw may push buttons. I just want to confirm na talaga walang ganun.
So on the request of the Honorable Presley, we will suspend your time. Please rise. The committee, everybody, all resource persons, okay? Pati yung mga nasa likod, no? All resource persons attending for the first time, okay? Please rise. Please. At,
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before these congressional inquiries, so help you God?
thank you. Please take your seats. Okay, the Honorable President Jesus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, kasi, you know, we work in the energy sector for the last 15 years. So, hindi madali magpatay o mag-shut off ng kuryente. Can you explain yung procedure kung paano sinashut down ang buong grid? Yan ba isang pindot lang dito sa Pilipinas o iba sa Luzon, iba sa Visayas, iba Mindanao o iba bayan? Kasi meron tayong mga substation tender na sila lang ang ano. Can you explain that if you have a presentation para once and for all maintindihan ng ating kababayan? Ano ba kasi natatakot sila sa one button na yan na sinasabi nila. Please explain.
Mr. Chairman, may I interrupt?
Please.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Are you a technical person?
I'm not. I just want to raise a point, Mr. Chairman.
Can you respond to the question?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, we have protocols, but I would like to assure this honorable body that we can divulge everything about our protocols, but these are very, very sensitive issues, and they involve national security. May we request, Mr. Chairman, if we will be compelled to do that, we request for an executive session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you very much.
And last point, Mr. Chairman, on China being able to put off the whole grid, Mr. Chairman, that's fake news.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Sagayo. Don Presley, you still have, Honorable Presley.
Yeah, so again, so hindi totoo yun. So at least just to make it clear.
Okay. Okay.
Attorney Paul, maybe Attorney Paul will confirm. Hindi totoo yun.
Yes.
Absolutely a lie, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My next question, who determines, who evaluates, and who approves that type of technical equipment placed in the control centers? Who is authorized to handle the control?
Mr. Chairman, again, the same answer, that all of these things will be covered. We can make, in a presentation that we can make, provided that it is on executive session. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Again, my next question, have you opened these control centers to a cybersecurity or any security vulnerability audit?
Who's going to reply? Who's going to reply? Paul, are you replying?
Mutia.
Or
Mr. Chairman,
Rico Vega? Or
Yes, Mr. Chair. We have a third party to audit our system, and in fact, we have been audited by ERC, NICA, and NSC, and we do the regular audit, third party.
And Mr. Chairman, this has been raised a long, long time ago, That is why NICA and NGCP entered into a memorandum of agreement. And again, pursuant to that agreement, we allowed NICA to stay, to hold office in NGCP, and they are there. A lot of times, NICA, our intelligence communities had been visiting not only our facilities in Quezon City, but all over the Philippines. General Esperon, at the time that he was an advisor of the Security Council of the previous administration, they were allowed to visit all our facilities. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again,
you still have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Again, can you brief us further on the NARI, yung NARI, and why it was the chosen SCADA?
Mr. Chairman, can we ask Engineer Clark Agustin to answer the question? Engineer Clark Agustin, Mr.
Engineer
Chairman.
Agustin. Oh yes, you were present in the last, because you were, I remember your name was Mr. Aguilar, or Engineer Aguilar. Okay, so Engineer Agustin, please. There's a question, please answer.
So NARI is our SCADA system that we use. Before acquiring NARI, we went through the competitive selection process as mandated. And then regarding the source code issue, and regarding the source code issue raised earlier, for NARI, we have the source code. But for GE, during Transco time, we don't know about that, sir. But for NARI, we have it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much,
You still have
Mr.
the
Chair.
time.
Yeah, I still have time, and I
President.
still have more questions,
Please
Mr.
proceed.
Chair. Thank you. Next question, have you partnered with the AFP or PNP or any government security agency to ramp up security of critical transmission facilities?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as I've said, we have a memorandum of agreement with NICA. We have agreements with the Armed Forces of the Philippines with respect to the protection of our facilities and related documents. We can submit all of these if required. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And Mr. Chair, no, before
Yes.
I move back to Transco and ARC, siguro my last question, do you pay taxes religiously?
Mr. Chairman, the question has been answered by the BIR the last time. We have no tax liabilities at the moment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Considering that NARI originated from Nanjing, would it be possible also that somebody from Nanjing will be operating our system SCADA here in the Philippines, remote? The one operating is in Nanjing, and the hardware is here, the SCADA at NGCP.
Very possible po with the technology now. 100% possible po yan. Kasi nangyayari nga po, I will cite an example if you will allow me, ma'am.
Yes,
sa Ukraine, twice there was an attack, cyber attack, sa power grid mismo. Napasok. Hindi po sila pumasok na may baril na pinasok pa yung control center and all. It was hacked 3 days before na power up ulit ng Ukraine. And to find out, intelligence services noon, they found out na that is prelude already doon sa nangyayari ngayon na gera.
Kanina, Attorney Matibag, you made mention about the nature of this NARI, the company, that it has something to do with the military of China. Can you please expound on this?
Yun po yung sinabi sa website nila. Kasi they also supply military hardware.
In other words, the business of NARI is the supply of highly sophisticated technology.
Hardware and software po.
Hardware and
For
software,
communication and data gathering.
which can be used as well by the military.
If you will allow me again, ma'am, just
Yes,
recently, United Kingdom, they have 15% the equipment na NARI, they remove it.
Why did they remove?
For reason of national security po. Example na lang po, hindi ba, ang Amerika, they ban TikTok. Bakit? Because sabi nila, they suspicion lang that is being used to gather data sa Amerika. Sayo nga po, nandun na mismo yung system, hardware and software. NARI, China. Nagpapatakbo, China. I may agree with Engineer Clark na sige, sa akin yung source code. Pero sino pang may alam ng source code? Tama po kayo nung sinabi nyo nung last hearing. The creature cannot rise above the creator. Tama po yun. Ako, I'm certain of this. Huwag na po tayong magtalo sinong mas Pilipino, tsaka sinong hindi Pilipino, sinong kampi sa China. Hindi. I'm stating kung ano po yung factual na nangyayari. And anybody can refute it. They may do so.
Mr. Chair, considering that the informations which are being shared to us by Attorney Matibag is indeed alarming, would it be possible for the committee to invite a representative from NARI, Nanjing Automation Research Institute? I believe this is a Chinese corporation.
Ma'am, if you will allow me, no?
Please.
This is really, ako po natatakot. Bumubulong nga ako kay Chair mo na hindi na lang yung pera yung pinag-uusapan natin dito eh. We're talking about our sovereignty. Sovereignty yan natin. And our sovereignty has no price tag. Hindi na po tayo kailangang lusubin or anything eh. Kalikutin lang nila yung power grid natin. Just imagine, anyone who's listening now, and anyone who's saying na wala pupuntahan itong pinag-uusapan natin na to, isipin nyo lang, 1 linggo, 2 linggo, 1 buwan wala tayong kuryente.
Mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para sa mga susunod na video updates. Maraming salamat po.